twice if you hear me. Yeah, that's awesome. Clap 3 times if you hear me. People in the back. Okay, thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm Rebecca Pettit, and I'm the new Development and Community Engagement Director at MIC, so it's nice to meet all of you.
And I'm Frank Kisselbach, an old volunteer, I guess, an MIC supporter and a Family Promise volunteer. Thank you so much for coming tonight. As you may know, MIC is about activating congregations to work together and become leaders in addressing social changes. And our theme tonight is...
Ready? Get it done! Yay! You're going to hear a lot more of this tonight, so. Oh.
Is this better? In the back, can you hear me now?
There.
All right, we'll try this. Oops. We are celebrating each other and all that you have accomplished this year. And we are launching our Get It Done crew with a startup campaign that we will talk about more later. Before we get started, we want to share with you all a video that was created for MIC by our very own Mary Louise Zapnap, MIC office manager, and Ron Shaw. Ron?
Right there.
Over there, the camera. At the Missoula Community Access Television, MCAT. MCAT is recording our event tonight as part of a media assistance grant that was donated to MIC by MCAT. Thank you, MCAT. Now let's play the movie.
Yeah.
Missoula, Montana seems to be an ideal place for families. The friendly community and beautiful landscape are both great reasons to live here.
Yet, high housing costs and low wages make it tough for many families.
During the 2015 to 2016 school year, children at risk of homelessness in the Missoula County Public Schools increased by 45.9% to 601. At one point in time, 395 individuals and/or families were experiencing homelessness in Missoula, and 38% of them were experiencing homelessness for the first time.
A number of Missoula families are currently sleeping in cars, tents, or on other people's couches. Challenges like family homelessness are complex. As a community, we need to face these challenges together.
Our faith communities are needed to step forward and work together as community leaders. In a time when church attendance among young people has dropped by 50%, we need creative partnerships to serve our community and engage the next generation in what they value most, changing the world.
Missoula Interfaith Collaborative is a group of 32 congregations breaking down barriers and building bridges among faith communities and other community organizations.
MIC builds leaders who inspire and mobilize others to create positive community change, and catalyzes action where people's passions and resources align to address pressing community challenges.
Right now, MIC is focused on tackling family homelessness, and Family Promise is one program where the action is a network of faith communities and businesses who shelter and share meals with 4 families at a time.
Amen, 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 amen. Yeah.
Family Promise is one of our big programs. I call it a network, a powerful network of congregations that practice hospitality by sheltering 4 families at a time and supporting families and being able to find housing and find work and such, right? What was going on that kind of led you to being in Family Promise?
Well, actually, it was exactly a year, November 30th. And I was a month late on my rent and I found myself homeless with 3 kids. I had 2 jobs and I was living in my van, but my kids, not seeing them every day was the hardest thing I ever had to go through.
I can imagine.
Yep. And they were my power and my will to keep going forward. And once I found the Family Promise, and yeah, I had them every day. So that was my motivation. I didn't need help getting a job, necessarily even finding a house. It was just to have my children with me. We're doing great. Got a place May 1st, still there. We're a month ahead on rent.
Nice.
And doing great. Still working for the same school, and everybody's happy and healthy. I'm part of the Advocate Leader program, which I'm excited about, just so I can help out myself. But
Nice. So
yeah.
now you're a part of our leader
Yep.
network, and you're helping other
Yep.
families and looking to
doing whatever I
represent.
can.
Yeah.
Amanda was one parent among many who wait up to a month just to get into Family Promise.
At any given time, there are approximately 30 families in Missoula on shelter waitlists. This is the challenge ahead of us. This is the challenge we will tackle together.
We believe that Missoula can have enough affordable housing for all.
We believe in a home for everyone.
We believe that when one family struggles, we all struggle.
We believe in a loving and supportive community for all families.
We believe when we act together, we will overcome this challenge.
We believe that when we transform our community, we ourselves are transformed.
Our promise, our family promise, is that when a family goes homeless, that same night they will find a place that they can stay, and that then we're going to support them to be able to find long-term housing.
We can do this together.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us. Join us.
Become involved. Come take a tour. Become an advocate or an office angel. Become a meaningful change leader, or come to the Action Network gathering. Go to our website at micmt.org.
Thank you. Did you hear that? One of the steps was to come here, and you're all here. Awesome. So thank you, Mary Louise and Ron. We know you put in a lot of work to do that video, so thank you. So we have a packed agenda for you tonight, so we just want to get started. So there are 3 things that we're going to do tonight. We're going to give out some awards, which is always exciting. We're going to have a short presentation, and during this time, kids, if you want to, you can just go right over here to this door. It says exit, and we're going to have some kids' activities upstairs for kids. So parents, you can feel okay being in here. And then finally, we're going to just send you out to our action tables, and I hear there's going to be ice cream. Still ice cream, Casey? Yeah, still ice cream out here on the lawn. As long as it doesn't start pouring, so who knows, right? So, but before we do any of that, we want to get started with doing some up-downs. So some of you, this is like trauma-inducing, but for others who want to participate, if you haven't ever done up-downs, we're just going to do a little kind of description of what that means. We're going to say something, and if you identify with what we say, we would like you to stand up. If you can't stand up, if you just want to raise your hand, you can do that. And then everyone is just going to applaud and clap wildly, okay? There's also, as you've seen on your tables, there's noise makers. So this is the time for you to actually use those noise makers. There's some blow things there. Yep, we've seen them, yeah. Awesome. Yep, great, okay. So you found the noisemakers. That's awesome. Okay, and we have our floor team. If you see, wow, you guys are really excited. This is awesome. If you see, there are people with orange shirts. We're all around here. So we are trying to get everyone to be excited, right? This is our job. But it doesn't seem like we really have to do that much because you guys are really excited already. So we're going to get started, okay?
And I do expect noise. I come from a Cub Scout pack, so you guys got to do better than they could. All right, first question. Who was born before 1900? Who was born after?
No one stand up.
What, no one's standing up? Who was born after 1900? Noise. Not bad, not bad. All right. Who is from Montana or considers themselves a Montanan? All right. Who has ever been to an Action Summit?
What?
Everyone should be standing up.
Yeah, well, they're all here
All
now.
right, everyone should be standing up. This is an Action Summit. Let's try this again. I'm allowed one mistake. You can make one too. All right. How many of you have ever been to an Action Summit? All right. How many of you are here at an Action Summit for the first time? And finally, who has been to all 3 Action Summits? Thank you all for participating. Not bad.
Awesome. Okay, so thanks very much. We're going to get right down to our very first award for the night. So another thing that we're going to do, we have our sign holders up here, Jane and Jen. When I say, or whenever anyone up here says, way to go, or wait, way to get it done is what you're going to say. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Way to go, get it done. Okay, way to get it done. Awesome. Okay. Do you want to do it again? Okay. Who wants to try it again? So, way to get it done. And you can do your noisemakers too if you want. Unless it's the blow ones, then don't do those. Okay. Okay. So now I'd just like to introduce Casey Dunning. Yay!
Okay. All right, so this is the first award for this evening. And as many of you might know, over the last year, we've been working very hard to address the reality that on any given night, even tonight, there's an average of 30 families who literally need to be in shelters but can't be because there's a wait list, right? And what we've done is brought many congregations and really all of the different service agencies that work around family homelessness together, and we're moving towards addressing this issue. And a lead partner, really the primary partner in all of this work, has been the YWCA. And they've really stepped forward as a lead partner in this effort. And just through the last year, MIC and the Y have built a joint venture where we're working quickly, yet as diligently as we can towards coming up with a solution. And tonight, what I'd like to do is, can the Y people stand up here? Melissa, are you here? I'm over here. There she is, okay. Very good. Oh, wait, we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. There's a sign for that. We want to congratulate you for being cool collaborators, all right? So, here we go. We know how to do this now. 1, 2, 3. Way to. There you go. We got some balloons there.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jen Serta, and I am the director for the Housing Advocate Network and for Family Promise. And as the video told you a little while ago, Family Promise is a network of volunteers from both congregations and businesses who provide compassionate care and support families in our community experiencing homelessness by providing shelter and meals. Now, it's been a big year for Family Promise. It's been a year of transition as MIC has taken it over as a program. And over this last year, we've learned a lot. We've had some ups and downs, and while it hasn't always been easy, we made it through thanks to our incredible volunteers and coordinators. Nothing Family Promise does would be possible without those volunteers, many of whom are here tonight. I am constantly humbled by your generosity and your dedication. We're also very fortunate to have an amazing group of volunteers in our Housing Advocate Network, who these advocates walk alongside families and parents and individuals who are experiencing homelessness as they work to find employment and sustainable housing. So, thank you all for sticking with us this year, because together we have helped 46 families and individuals, a total of 85 people, find permanent housing. So, that's pretty amazing. So if you are one of our incredible Family Promise coordinators, if you are a Family Promise volunteer, or if you are a housing advocate, please stand up and be recognized. These guys are incredible. So you know what we need to tell them because they are so incredible, right? We need to tell these guys, way to get it done.
Also, just a balloon note, if your balloon pops, I can fix it for you. I have more balloons in the back. Don't worry. I know it's tragic. It'll be okay. And if you need a balloon because you're one of our Family Promise or housing advocates, raise your hand just so that they can find you to get that little monkey to you.
I think what? Okay. Thank you, Jen. Okay, Casey, you're up.
All right, I'm up again. Here we go. I'm up again. Uh-oh, here we go. If you can hear me, clap once. Oh, that didn't take much. Way to go. Good job. All right, here's our next piece. All right, if you can hear me, clap 2 times. This is how it always is every year where you sit. Okay, so our work to shelter families and find housing and jobs is incredibly important. And beyond that even, we also train leaders to understand and address root causes of issues like family homelessness. Many times that requires policy changes at the local or the state level. Last year, we trained 104 leaders. We supported 55 people in engaging with the city council, with county commissioners, or going to the state legislature. And we ended up being a major partner in helping pass a bill called SB 65. This is a bill that is going to create more access to housing for folks coming out of prison. You might learn a little more later. So if you have been to one of our leadership intensives, please stand up. If you've been to one of those, any of them, go ahead, David, I see you there. Stand up, stand up. Absolutely. Very good. All right. So we know we're practicing this at this point now, right? 1, 2, 3. Way to get it done. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Casey. Paige comes to tell us about Missoula Works.
Yay, Paige.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? When I'm sitting over there, it sounds muffled. So Casey was asking me, he's like, did you prepare for tonight? And I said, I just go off the cuff. And he got super nervous about that. So I'm going to stick to my script. But I'm the executive director of Missoula Works. I've been there for about 2 months now, and it's been an awesome road. I've got some great coworkers, and these folks in the orange shirts here, I cannot say enough positive about them. We'll talk more about that later. So MIC has worked diligently to create a business that can both hire some of our Family Promise individuals, parents, and also folks that are coming out of prison, and eventually provide some revenue for Family Promise. So no one's getting rich off of what Missoula Works does. That's become kind of our tagline. Everything that we do goes directly back to Family Promise and what we're doing in that avenue. You will hear more about this later. We have a staffing agency that works to employ anybody that's committed to work in the Get It Done crew, which is a general labor crew that does yard service, building maintenance, or almost anything, or any project on your summer list. So summer's short in Missoula. Don't do it yourself. Don't clog up your weekends. Give us a call and let us get it done for you. It's been a heavy lift to get this going, and since February, we've employed 15 people. So we started at 0, and we got 15 people to work, which is pretty phenomenal. If you're on the board, if you've hired one of our folks, or if you're on the Get It Done crew, please stand up. Okay, and we'll do it again. Way to get it done. Thanks, guys.
All right, Casey, your last one.
Okay, this is the last one. I know you're gonna be sad when you can't be making so much noise and such, but there we go. So we're gonna wrap this up with an incredibly important word. They're all very important. This one has some special significance. This is a person that we acknowledge every year that really exemplifies integrity. And really what it looks like to have alignment between the values and the beliefs and the faith that they claim and how they live that out on a daily and a weekly basis. It's called the Faith in Action Award. This is a person, wait a second, got it, okay. This is a person who's walked alongside of me and MIC from the very start. I can remember having a conversation at Bernice's Bakery a block down just a couple blocks away, just discussing and dreaming and saying, what does it look like to bring congregations together? He's one of the original founders and just got off of the board after 5 years of service with us. So I want to hear a little drum roll. Get it going. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. You better be here. I saw you earlier. John Lund, where are you at? Stand up. There he is. Yay! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Go get his cape. Get up here, get up here, get up here. There's the cape. Yay! There you go. Are you sufficiently embarrassed? Good. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Way to. Thank you so much. Thank you, John.
Congratulations, John. So at this time, we'd just like to take the opportunity to just thank our amazing sponsors for the event. So I'm just going to ask you if you could just hold your applause to the end. We're just going to go through them, just let you know who are our major sponsors today, and then, of course, we'll do our way to get it done, okay? So you'll get another opportunity to do that. So first, I want to thank Crave Catering and Cakes. They donated much of the food and all of the staff time for this event today. So thank you, Crave. Yeah. Northwest Plastic Surgery. Angela Hardy's been a sponsor 2 years in a row now. ALPS, many of their employees are also volunteering at Family Promise, which is awesome. DJNA, they're a first-time sponsor for this event. Our balloons were made by Inflated Panache, so that's where all the balloons are from. And me, I made the little balloons. And then also Ollie's Ice Cream Truck, who's going to be here, a little polka dot truck that's going to be out in unless it rains, of course, right? It's here, awesome. So it's here. So just want to say thank you to all our sponsors. And so are you ready? Way to get it done. Yay, thank you, sponsors. Woohoo. Awesome. So as per tradition, we do have a song that we're going to sing together. So you'll see the lyrics. It's the half white sheet that's on your table. You can share. And this is going to be done by Lori. So thank you, Lori. And then after, at this time, if you're interested in going and hanging out, you can go outside. If they decide to do that, just meet right over here at the exit sign, okay? So kids, if you want to, you can go over there after the song. If you want to stay, that's totally fine too, okay? Yeah. Yay.
All right, so we're doing the sing-along. Now, I don't expect you to just start right out singing this because you've probably never heard it before. Anyone recognize the name Emma's Revolution? Okay, see? So these are not their words, but it's their song. Now, what you see there on the table, though, there's a trick to it because there's a word change in there that, you know, was kind of a late breaking thing. So where it says in the chorus, I will work for family, in there, it's that one. It's I will advocate for family. Now, if you sing what's there, that's fine. It didn't roll off the tongue as easily as advocate does. That's why I changed it. And there might be one other place where you'll notice I sing something else. So feel free to join in on the chorus or whenever you're ready or you got it. So. From the pews and congregations to the streets of Missoula, people work together, helping people, changing law. We have joined our hands together, and we keep the goal in sight. We are family, we are neighbors, come together for one night. Here I go, bound for freedom, may my truth take the lead. Yes, the preacher, yes, the people, it is all of us and me. I will advocate for family, I will raise my voice in song, and our children will be taught to lead the world and carry on. Here I go, though I'm standing on my own, I remember you're here with me, and I know I'm not alone. I will advocate for family, I will raise my voice in song, then our children will be free to lead the world and carry on. From the streets of our hometown to the mountains and beyond, people for all reasons create a common bond. When our conscience as our witness, we'll be mindful of it all. We are simple, we are brilliant, we are one, we are all. Here I go, bound for freedom, may my truth take the lead. Yes, the preacher, yes, the people, it is all of us and me. I will advocate for family, I will raise my voice in song, and our children will be taught to lead the world and travel on. Here I go, though I'm standing on my own, I'll remember you're here with me, 'cause I know I'm not alone. I will advocate go, bound for freedom. Let my truth take the lead. Yes, the preacher, yes, the people. It is all of us and me. I will advocate for family. I will raise my voice in song. And our children will be taught to lead the world and carry on. Yes, our children will be taught to lead the world and carry on.
Thank you so much. What a great bunch of singers.
Thank you, Lori. Can we do that again? One more round of applause. Thank you so much. You did say she literally crafted a lot of that herself and all the words, so thank you so much. And moving forward, I'd also like to thank St. Anthony's Parish for hosting us again. Can we give them a round of applause? Number 2. So as we move forward tonight, you're going to hear a lot of great opportunities for action. You see those action sheets that are on your tables? You got a lot of stuff there with food and everything. You have these action sheets. They're yellow. You got them? Good. Hold them up if good. Right there. Okay? So just kind of follow along with those as we go through the rest of these presentations if you can. And before we move forward, I'd really like to spend some time just talking a little bit about what the heart of MIC is about. And then we'll move forward. So really at this moment, at this time in history, we're at a bit of a unique time. Most of our neighborhoods are designed to be able to kind of drive our cars into the garage and live kind of private lives. Our family dinners are at an all-time low. Parents are increasingly away from grandparents, aunts, uncles, people that can support us. Our elders seem to be kind of more and more distanced from our young people. We can be so divided and in such silos. It's kind of like this, it's like this invisible reality that is just wreaking havoc on our communities. We don't have to bother being around people that don't think like us or may not look like us. And it's in this divided time that we have these complex challenges like family homelessness. 30 families in Missoula who need shelter but don't have access to it. These challenges really improve. We can really tackle these challenges when we're able to get out of our silos, when people who aren't as poor encounter people who are poor, when congregations, businesses, social agencies, government offices work together. And our congregations who are at our own unique time of transformation really are this kind of last place where we still gather across generations, where hopefully we encounter each other, spend time with each other, learn from, and grow from folks that may not think like us or look like us. At Father Rob's congregation, they say the Lord's Prayer in how many languages? 10, 11. We believe our congregations can be leaders in this movement to bring people together. And in this unique moment, MIC is about congregations breaking down barriers, bridging new relationships, and becoming leaders in addressing issues that matter in our neighborhoods and in our communities. That's what it's about. So moving forward tonight, we have just one of our clergy members to talk about bridging the bridge building and the public leadership and what that can look like. Now let me repeat, that's just one of our clergy members. If you remember last year we had 7, and it went a little long. So we have one. I'd like to welcome Father Rob Spaliatzos. He's the priest at the Orthodox Church here in Missoula. Welcome.
Only one, but Casey chose the most long-winded, I think, of us. So he gave me 12 talking points and said I had 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I said, I'll do my best. So I want to begin with a quote from a Jesuit priest that does work with gangs in Los Angeles. Father Gregory Boyle is famous for many things, but perhaps I would say one of his greatest achievements is creating a program called Homeboy Industries that was to provide people in gangs in Los Angeles the opportunity to reclaim their life. Tattoos on the Heart is the book. If you're looking for a book club recommendation, highly recommend Tattoos on the Heart. Father Gregory writes, "Here is what we seek: a compassion that can stand in awe at what the poor have to carry, rather than to stand in judgment at how they carry it. No daylight to separate us, only kinship, inching ourselves closer to creating a community of kinship such that God might recognize it. Soon we imagine with God this circle of compassion. Then we imagine no one standing outside of that circle, moving ourselves closer to the margins so that the margins themselves will be erased. We stand there with those whose dignity has been denied. We locate ourselves with the poor and the powerless and the voiceless. At the edges, we join the easily despised and the readily left out. We stand with the demonized so that the demonizing will stop. We situate ourselves right next to the disposable so that the day will come when we stop throwing people away." Amen. I had an opportunity being a part of the MIC's Housing Advocate Network and also a volunteer with Family Promise to work with a number of families in different circumstances and different situations of their life. But I want to share my work with one family of 4, a mom, a dad, 2 children, a boy and a girl, and a dog. Family of 5. Yeah. When I encountered this family, they were living at the Motel 6 over on Broadway. And they had been there since they were evicted from their apartment because the husband had a criminal offense in his background. And when they applied for housing, they did not include his name on the application because they knew they would be denied. And so the wife applied for housing and they were able to have the apartment, but when it was found out he was there, they were evicted from their housing and they were living in a motel. As a volunteer, I was there to be with them as they were attempting to find housing. The dad had a job, the mom helped with the kids. Kids were active in school, the parents were connected to the PTA. I was there one day with them when the father was speaking to the principal of the school about their daughter being bullied. And I was so impressed with the way he advocated for his daughter, but also understood that things were going to take time, that he was going to have to continue to be involved, that the principal was going to be involved. These parents were doing the things that all of us do to make sure that our children are well taken care of. And they were living in a motel room because no one would rent to them. I was sure that I could help out, but as weeks passed and then eventually months, it felt like we talked to every landlord in the city of Missoula, and because of a felony offense, no one would rent to this family. This offense was 15 years prior. He had gone through the necessary programs that he needed to complete. He had a number of references, a stack of papers that we carried around to give to landlords to show that he had good references. No one would rent to this family. I became hopeless as I saw their hopelessness increasing. And finally, they said, I think we're going to have to try a different place. And they moved on to a different city after having been in Missoula for a number of years. This really resonated and created such emotion for me because I thought of this quote from Father Gregory Boyle, and I felt like our community threw these people away. That we weren't there to make sure that they were getting back into a community that would journey with them, that would make sure they had access to housing and work, to make sure that their kids were continuing to be supported in our schools. And so when the opportunity came this past year to go to Helena with a group of people from MIC and to provide testimony on Senate Bill 65, these four people and their dog, this family came to mind. They were gone from Missoula, but I could be a voice for them to our legislature. So I went along and I spoke about the difficulties that we have with finding housing if we don't have impediments, but specifically for those who are coming out of prison. The challenges that they face and the hopelessness that ensues. Senate Bill 65 was to provide a mitigation fund to landlords to mitigate their risk. It also is to provide vouchers for people as they come out of prison to help them get into housing and to get established, but it also creates policy to support these individuals in this process. I'm glad to say that Senate Bill 65 passed the Senate, went to the House, passed the House, made its way to the governor's desk. Glory to God. I just want you to know how many people went along to provide testimony, how many people I know in this room that wrote emails, who made phone calls, persistently engaging in this process. I know I'm way over time, Casey, but I'm doing my best. This work requires us to take risks. It requires us to be willing to stand with those on the margins, and sometimes that means putting ourselves out there and taking a risk. But this is what we're celebrating tonight. Relationship. We're celebrating reclaiming our relational fabric here in Missoula. We're claiming that the relationships in our community are the most important thing, and our communities are safer when we don't have people who are isolated from us. Our communities are safer when there's not someone who becomes so desperate because no one will give them a home. As we celebrate these relationships, we have 20 congregations here tonight, maybe more. Thousands of opportunities for us to connect with each other, to hear each other's stories, and to recognize there are many stories that we need to hear, many people that we need to stand alongside. This requires opportunities to continue to learn how to do this, to be an advocate, to go and to provide testimony at the legislature, at the city council, at the county level. And MIC is about equipping us in this way. If we care about each other and those who aren't here tonight, we have to embrace these opportunities to gain these skills. And I'll tell you that on September 14th, which seems so far away, September 14th we'll have a training where you can begin this process. It's going to be at St. Paul Lutheran at 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. 4 hours, are you kidding me? Yes, because we have a lot of work to do. If you're anxious to get started more quickly, and I know that many of us are, please talk to Casey, talk to one of us up here on the panel. We'll get you plugged in, we'll get you working alongside as a housing advocate with Family Promise, with the different programs that we have in MIC. I just want to finish by saying I'm humbled to be asked to speak on behalf of the clergy. I'm very new to Missoula. I'm almost here for 4 years. I want to just acknowledge that we have an amazing group of clergy in Missoula that I'm proud to stand alongside and to go to Helena, to go to the city, and to know that together we are doing God's work. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you to the other clergy for allowing me to speak on our behalf. Thank you to Casey. I hope I got most of the talking points in my way long over one clergy book.
Thank you, Father Rob. I don't know about you, but I am certainly thrilled that this is being produced on MCAT. We get a chance to hear this again and again and share it with our neighbors and our friends. What a wonderful presentation. Thank you. That really touched our hearts. The tangible fruits of building bridges and building leaders are seen through powerful programs and action like Family Promise, our Housing Advocate Network, and Missoula Works. We're going to showcase a couple stories from these programs and then do the startup launch for our Get It Done crew. Family Promise, this powerful network of congregations who host and provide meals for 4 families at a time. The Housing Advocate Network, a network of trained everyday people like you and I that walk alongside parents and individuals to help them find housing, work, and services. Missoula Works, a workforce solution with a staffing agency that links committed employees with employers, and the Get It Done crew, a general labor crew that does yard service, building maintenance, or about anything else that your summer project on your summer project list that you don't have time for. Now, it's time to introduce Heather, a housing advocate leader. Heather?
I went through notebooks, so I didn't have any paper left, so I had to type. I'm glad you all could come. It's so great to see so many people here, so many caring faces.
Here, I'm gonna have you hold
Oh,
it.
great.
You're gonna hold it.
Really fancy now. Hey, everybody okay?
Just 'cause you're
Last
too
you. I'm Heather, I'm a mom. I'm an awesome teen son. He and I became homeless last year over a simple blow up at home. I never knew how much of a trooper my son could be. We lost my cozy home, my routine, my big walk-in closet, and my son's security, safety, and our well-being had been taken instantly beneath us. It's a long story, but the greatest thing happened. Once I got a call from Family Promise trying to Trying to play mom for a teen boy who is super awesome leaves very few mommy things left to do to feel like you're taking care of business. When you have no home, something as simple as making toast for your kid is a huge thing. Family Promise gave us so much, including making toast, the space to be a mom, food in our bellies, the security to be safe where we slept, the support to find housing, the brain space to try to piece together the rest of your life. Put it all back together, and that's not easy to do. I think that's the hardest part. There's no bigger lie a parent has to tell when your scared child looks at you and asks, "Mom, are we gonna be okay?" while you're sleeping in your car. And you look at your child in their eyes and promise that, yes, we'll be fine, as long as we're together, when really you feel like a scared kid wanting to scream help from your own mother. We got the news from the YWCA that we are top of the list and had a place to move into. After moving the little bit that we had into our place, we started making ourselves a home. It was awesome. Finally, stupid computer, sorry guys. It covered my whole screen. Finally I got to clean, cook, boss my son, make him go to bed at a decent hour. That part's hard. It was easier in the church, actually. Because at least we had rules, you know, there, and I'd back up that way. But we got the news, we moved in, everything was great, and I couldn't believe how blessed I felt through the programs. I was overjoyed, and I felt the need to give back somehow. No way to help monetarily. I wanted so badly to share this blessing. It's so huge because your life you just go through so much, so many changes, so many different things that have to be done, and still try to be strong and push through and lie to your child a little bit to try to make it to that end point. Becoming an advocate, I became an advocate, and guiding other parents is so fulfilling. Being able to understand where they're coming from the same point that I had just left. I know exactly, we all have different circumstances, but it's so great to be able to walk with the families. I would invite you to become a leader. If it's donating money, great, but if you have a minute to carve out in your schedule some time to do any volunteering, there's lots to be done, and there's a lot of appreciative people out there. But I want to thank the YWCA, Family Promise, MIC, all you guys out there. Thank you so much for everything. You changed our lives. You saved us. And things are becoming so great. Anyways, I'm honored to introduce a super, I'm gonna say a bad word, badass mother with a huge get it done attitude. Here is Julie. She's just the awesome mom that I get to hang out with. Thank you. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Do you want to stay in there, or do you want to hold
that's
it?
fine.
This okay?
Hello, I'm Julie. Nice to meet every one of you. I am a single mother of 2 beautiful boys and a beautiful teenage girl. So this year, I lost my job I had been working at for almost a year to a supervisor who had been there for about 3 weeks with no warning, no pull me aside and talk to me about it. She just let me go. And I was absolutely devastated. I fell apart. We were already on edge as it was because I was constantly putting half of my paycheck just into getting transportation to work and fighting for this job. And then this just finally just put me over. My trust in people completely gone. And when I came into Family Promise, I kind of just rolled my eyes. And then I was introduced to Heather. And talking to her, she told part of my story. And that wall just fell, and I realized she cared to be there. So I can honestly say that when I had gotten to Family Promise, I trusted no one. And because of Heather just helping me and holding it together and getting those puzzle pieces and putting them out just so we can put our puzzle of life back together meant so much to me. And all of you volunteers for Family Promise are amazing. You choose to be here. And I just want to give you a few things what you guys have done for my family. One of those big things is that you guys all gave my children a safe place to sleep. I am not worried anymore. I can go to work and I can concentrate on our finances and getting housing and moving on and being that mom that my kids need. And this is another awesome thing. You guys have been an extra special part of our family. Aunts and uncles and grandparents, you guys have embedded in our hearts what we have never had. So that is amazing. We were staying at a University Congregational Church, and there was an older couple that was there, and my daughter got this glow-in-the-dark fidget spinner. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but they're ridiculous. But anyway, so she's sitting there and she's talking about it, and this guy who's kind of like a grandpa was just, I wanted to know what those were, and she got all excited. And she's like, I'll show you. And they sat there and played with it for a good probably 45 minutes. But just seeing her, she was so amazing. It was just her laughing. And another thing you guys have given us is the fact that my children can be children. I watch them laugh, and I watch them get in trouble, and I can get after them, and I can laugh with them, and I can read to them and love them, and they not ask me that question, what's going to happen next? They're safe, and they know that I'm fighting for them. You have all enabled me to trust again. I am madly in love with everybody that has been there for us. And like I said, it's a choice. And you guys choose that, and it means a lot to me. So now that we're getting things back on track, I got a new job, and as of yesterday, I finally was able to cross over from Missoula Works to DoubleTree, and I am employed with DoubleTree, which I absolutely love that job. Yesterday I was at work and everybody was laughing because I got the time clock card, and I was like, yeah, I'm official. And I had my name tag, and I kept on wearing my shirt and showing everybody.
Where's the name tag?
I left it. But that part wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Paige fighting for me with my background and pushing me forward and not letting me give up. She was determined to get me a job and help me get there and succeed. And that I would like to introduce you to Paige and let her explain more about Missoula Works.
That was amazing. Thank you for sharing your story. Wow, that was awesome. So I connected. My name is Paige, by the way. You guys remember me? I just spoke here a few minutes ago. So I connected, well, I came on board a few months ago, and I'm charged with this job of finding people employment that can have tremendous difficulties in finding work based on their past, based on not having enough work experience, and just for a plethora of different reasons. So they come in and there's obstacles. So when I got this job, I said, okay, I'm up for the challenge. And one of the first things that I had to do was introduce myself to the individuals that were living at Family Promise. And the first step for them was finding employment to break out of being in Family Promise and needing that. And getting a job is the first step to transcending out of that position. So when I met Julie, she was conveying the story to me that she just told you guys about having difficulty with the supervisor that wanted to make her go away. And I connected with Julie immediately about what her experience was and how impactful a negative relationship in an employer with a career, how damaging that can be, and how the longevity of that breakup can follow you for years to come. So I wanted to not have her experience the experience that I endured, and I wanted to work hard for her and be an advocate for her and break into a career and break into a job. And I told her the whole way, I mean, Julie, she's a phenomenal worker and she's got a tremendous amount of intellect, and she needs to be in a job where she's using her brain power because she's got a tremendous amount of it. So anyways, she was conveying this story to me and I connected with her immediately. And I said that I was going to do everything I could. And at this point, we had not put anybody to work. And I was cold calling people, companies in town, saying, hi, we're Missoula Works. You have no idea who we are. And if you've got a moment, I'd love to tell you about us. Please don't hang up on me. So anyways, I connected with this one human resource director from the DoubleTree, and I noticed that she liked one of my pages. I do photography on the side. I'm like, all right, she's a mom. She connects with me, so I'm going to reach out to her. So I reached out to her a few times, and she's like, well, you know, we don't really have the need for that position right now. We don't have the need to fill that. And it got to the point where I was calling and saying, listen, I need you to do me a solid. You don't know me, and I don't know you, but you are the person right now that I need to turn the key to let this happen. And Lacey Harrington, she's obviously not here, but she is the one that hired our first person. And I'll never forget her, and I'll be forever indebted to her from the DoubleTree. So Julie was our first placement, which was tremendous. And then the influx of individuals started coming to us looking for work. And we had more people than we had jobs. And I realized right away that you can vet somebody and meet with somebody and work really hard, but it takes a tremendous amount of legwork to get them into a job. And in the meantime, I was working with another individual who was subsequently moved out of town. He had 5 kids, was living with a friend. There was 10 people living in a 2-bedroom house together, sharing 1 bathroom. And he said, I will literally do anything. And I remember saying that to LC Staffing about 6 months ago. I will literally do anything. I need a job. And he said that to me. And at that moment, I was like, okay. And that's when I started calling friends. Do you have stalls to muck? Do you have snow that needs to be shoveled? Do you have anything that you can do that you have extra money that you can put some of these people to work? And that's how the Get It Done crew started. We couldn't place people fast enough. We didn't have the contracts with positions yet. And it was us calling our friends, you guys, and asking for your help to put these people to work. And that's what bloomed into the Get It Done crew. And then we started piecemealing together a trailer, a lawnmower from my old house. And it has not been an easy road. I'm not trying to say that it has been. We put out fires all day long, every single day. But we're getting there. And the flexibility and the malleability of this crew has been absolutely tremendous. I feel like I've been blessed that these people have been put in front of us and are willing to work with me. And weeks go by that we don't have work to send them to, and this is their full-time job. So if you see the Missoula Works calling you on your caller ID, please answer. Please get creative. If you don't have a job for us to do, walk outside and look around. can you think of a project for us to do? Because we'd be happy to do it. I hope to see this, the Get It Done crew in Missoula Works, I hope to see it flourish in the future. I'll be honest with you, when I came into it, it was, we were nosediving and there wasn't much to go on. So it was a lot of work and a lot of collaboration with the folks that, like Casey and Rebecca, and just being creative and being flexible. And that's been great. And it's been a wild and fun ride, but it's been so fulfilling for me to get to know our crew. Julie has been our first success story to transition from a Missoula Works temp to hire position. Lacey called me from the DoubleTree and she said, I think that our contract is over. I'm like, I think you're right. Are you gonna hire Julie? She said, yes, we are. She's fantastic. So, I went way off script. I hope Casey's not upset with me. I'm going to refer to my script now and make sure I'm getting all of my bullet points that I was charged with. I'll just find my theory. Okay, so that's what Missoula Works is. And if we can get the general labor crew to stand up one more time, or Get It Done crew. We've got Gary, Robbie, Richard, Sherry, and then Kevin over here. They've been tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Thank you guys so much. So we have run a couple campaigns to keep this thing successful. Some of those campaigns consist of us calling you and asking you for work, and we're really thankful for that. So the other big news with us is that we're starting a Kickstarter. Do you guys know what a Kickstarter is? It's kind of like a fundraiser for new businesses. That starts now, and we had a great time yesterday making this quirky little video that you'll find on the MIC Facebook page and also the Missoula Works Facebook page, because we have both. If you have Facebook, please follow them. So the Kickstarter, on that yellow sheet of paper that you have in front of you, you can click that, and if you want to check out the Kickstarter page, if you have a few dollars that you would like to kick into that, you are buying work from us. For every $25 that you contribute, you receive a $25 work comp card, or a work gift certificate that you can apply towards a job at your house. So you're not just making a contribution, you're getting work. So $25, it's a 2-hour minimum. It pays for one person, one of our guys, to come out to your, guys and gals, to come out to your house and execute one of those projects on your list. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you for the opportunity.
Wow, you guys must think I'm real terrible. I'm gonna go on my talking points here. No, all right, no, we're gonna wrap this up for tonight. To do that, what I want you to do is, you see those yellow action sheets? All right, can you hold those up again? Hold them up, hold them up. Okay, so you have action sheets and you have these donation slips, okay? So take a look at them. So regarding the actions, we're not asking you to commit, like I'm going to be a volunteer for 5 hours a week right now, okay? We're asking you to express your interest and to think about what it might look like to take a step in one of those areas. Regarding the donation, like Paige said, we are launching this Kickstarter campaign tonight. It's online giving, and it's not just giving, it is buying services. You go online and you'll see kind of how that works. There's different levels and different levels of service that you can buy. We're looking to get $7,000 worth of business and really fill up the summer for this crew. So you can check the box on that action slip if you want us to email you that link to that campaign directly. Or if you just want to not mess with that stuff and you just want to give it money tonight, there is those little there's donation slips that are right there. Can you guys just, if you, each table, just grab those and make sure, just pass those around? Okay. So just for clarity, fill out the action slip. If you'll join us with this Kickstarter, check the box on that action slip. And if you just want to give tonight, you can go ahead and do that. And you can fill out that slip, make the check out and put it in the envelope that's there on the table. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to take a look at those, and then we'll be wrapping up. I'll tell you all about it. Okay. So, Rebecca, are you going to help me out? You're checking boxes here.
Oh, yeah, I'll check.
All right. Okay, so here we go. You have those action sheets that are in front of you, right? We're going to give you a little help. We're going to tell you how to make a check, okay? Like check, all right? Here's how it works. So, 1, there's a box that says, come on a tour and learn more about everything we do. We want you to check that one if you want to do that, all right? So that's 1. 2, we need some office angels. That's just admin support at our office to help us focus on our programs. If you want to do that, check that box right there, okay? We need mentors and advocates for our families and for our workers, something we already heard about. If you're up for that or want to learn more, check that box. And we need some folks, as we know, to hire this Get It Done crew. They're outside. They're going to meet you outside out there. So we need folks that are going to hire that crew. So check that box as well. And last, well, second to last, there is a ribbon cutting ceremony for this Get It Done crew it's listed there on the 14th at 4 o'clock, and it's over at St. Paul Lutheran. But we'll email you all that stuff. 15th, thank you. There you go. Okay, and last, we're raising this $7,000. So if you want to check that box, we need money for good tools, a commercial lawnmower, and really just money to cover payroll before we can break even. So help us out in that way. All right? All right, Rebecca and Frank are going to send us off here.
Well, first of all, thank you all for coming to celebrate with us today. Thank you to our supporters, volunteers, and donors. And thank you to our board of directors. Thank to all of you of our volunteers who have helped with this event. And thank you for everyone who shared a bit of themselves today. We appreciate you. As you leave today, you will see a polka dot ice cream truck has arrived.
Yeah!
Ollie's Ice Cream is gracing the streets of Missoula and is helping us to celebrate tonight. They are selling ice cream at cost to all of you. Thank you, Ollie's. As you eat your ice cream, please also check out the 3 tables outside. Sign up to do a tour of MIC over at Family Promise. Sign up to be a volunteer with Family Promise and/or the Housing Advocate Network. Get more information on our work with congregations in our Building Bridges, Building Leaders program. And see Paige to hire Missoula Works and our Get It Done crew.
Awesome. Okay, so now we're just going to leave with a bang, right? So we're going to do a little bit of the call and response. What everyone is so excited to do, it looks like. Don't worry, we'll have a few times. Get your sound out. This is the last thing we're going to do. And then you're free to go to the tables, to mix and mingle, whatever you want to do. Get ice cream, okay? We have our signs. Awesome. We have all of our orange people around. Melissa, floor team, whoop, whoop. Okay, ready? So I'm going to say something, and then you're going to say, get it done, right? So, Missoula Works, get it done. Missoula Works, get it done. Hire the crew, get it done. Be a mentor, get it done. Hire the crew, get it done. Buy us a lawnmower, get it done. Missoula Works, get it done. Get some ice cream, get it done. Woo! Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Woohoo! And then we have the baskets over here. If you have anything that you want to donate, put your yellow sheet in there. Baskets are coming around.